Okay, let's talk about money, but probably not in the way you're used to. We're not going to be looking at spreadsheets or doing any complicated math, not today. Instead, we're going to dive into the game that's happening inside your head, because when it really comes down to it, how you think about money is way more powerful than how much you know about it.
And this right here, this really gets to the heart of it. This isn't about bad luck or not getting the right opportunities. It says the biggest thing holding most of us back is, well, us. It's the programming inside our own minds. I mean, think about it. How can two people with the exact same income end up in completely different financial worlds? It all comes down to their psychology.
So here's our game plan for how we're going to unpack all of this. First up, we'll get into why money is basically a mind game. Then, we're going to dig into those hidden beliefs that might be running your life without you even knowing it. After that, we'll tackle the huge difference between scarcity and abundance, redefine what real wealth actually looks like, and finally, we'll map out a path to get there.
All right, Section 1, the money mind game. This gets right to the core of this whole thing. Why on earth do so many brilliant, logical people make, frankly, terrible decisions with their money? Well, it turns out that knowing what you should do is only a tiny, tiny piece of the puzzle.
This is the perfect illustration of that internal battle we all have. Just imagine the stock market is crashing. Your logical brain, your smart brain knows, hey, great companies are on sale right now. This is a buying opportunity. But what actually happens? Your emotional brain just starts screaming, fear, oh my gosh, sell everything before it all goes to zero. And just like that, your emotions have completely hijacked the ship and your rational brain is tied up in the back.
And this battle, it goes even deeper, especially when you factor in social pressure. We're constantly bombarded with images of what success is supposed to look like. The fancy car, the huge house, right? And here's the really crucial point. If you don't take the time to consciously define what wealth and success mean to you, personally, the world is more than happy to do it for you. And trust me, that version usually has nothing to do with your actual happiness.
So that internal conflict naturally leads us to our next big idea. We're going to peel back another layer and uncover your hidden money scripts. These aren't just little stories. Think of them as the operating system that was installed in your brain when you were a kid, often without you ever even realizing it.
So I want you to really ask yourself this. When you think about money, what's the first feeling that pops up? Is it a tool for freedom and opportunity, or is it a source of stress and conflict? Do you see it as something to be proud of, or something that's maybe a little bit shady? Your gut answer reveals that hidden program that's quietly running your entire financial life in the background.
Do any of these sound a little familiar? These are so incredibly common, and honestly, they're just a recipe for self-sabotage. If you subconsciously believe rich people are dishonest, you'll find ways to avoid becoming wealthy so you can stay a good person. If you think money just causes fights, you'll push it away to keep the peace. And if your story is, I'm just bad with money, guess what? You will find ways to prove that true over and over again.
And here's the real punchline. These hidden beliefs literally draw a line in the sand. They create an invisible ceiling on how much you're allowed to earn and keep. So, if you ever want to break through that financial barrier, the first step isn't to just work harder. It's to find that limiting belief and consciously rewrite it. And that leads us perfectly into our next big idea, the two core mindsets that really shape our entire reality, scarcity versus abundance. It all boils down to a fundamental choice. Are you living in a world of limitation or a world of possibility?
Now, it is so important to get this straight. An abundance mindset has absolutely nothing to do with how much money is in your bank account right now. You could have millions and still be trapped in scarcity, terrified of losing it all. Real abundance is an internal belief. It's the feeling that there are plenty of resources, plenty of opportunities out there for everyone.
Let's break this down. The scarcity mindset sees the world as a zero-sum game, like a pizza with a fixed number of slices. If I get a bigger slice, that means you get a smaller one. It's all driven by fear and competition. The abundance mindset, on the other hand, sees a world that's always growing. It's focused on learning and collaboration because it believes that a rising tide lifts all boats.
Okay, so if wealth isn't just about a big bank account, then what is it? Let's get into that, because it's time to really challenge the definition of wealth that most of us have been sold our entire lives. What are you really working so hard for?
This is it. This is the real goal. True wealth is waking up in the morning and having complete freedom and total control over your day. It's deciding what you want to work on, who you want to spend your time with. It's the ability to say no to things that don't light you up. That right there, that is the ultimate luxury.
This brings us to a massive, game-changing shift in perspective. You have to stop asking, how can I make more money? And instead, start asking, how can I provide more value? How can I solve problems for more people? Because when you focus on creating value, money just naturally flows to you as a byproduct. You don't chase it, you attract it by becoming more useful.
So we've talked mindset, we've uncovered hidden beliefs, we've redefined wealth. Now for the most important part, how do we actually build it? Let's put all these pieces together and map out the real path to freedom.
First things first, we have to just bust the whole get-rich-quick myth. It's a fantasy. Real, lasting wealth doesn't come from one lucky stock pick or one viral video. It's built on hundreds, probably thousands of small, consistent, and, let's be honest, pretty boring decisions that are made over a very long time.
So how does that change actually happen? It starts with your identity. It's not about the doing, it's about the being. You have to first change who you believe you are. You decide, I am the kind of person who invests in my future. Once that becomes your identity, building habits like saving or investing, it no longer feels like a chore. It just feels like you being you. And those habits, compounded over time, are what make your vision a reality.
I love this. It's so true. Time and consistency are the secret ingredients here. In a world that is completely obsessed with instant gratification, wanting everything right now, patience is your superpower. The people who are willing to play the long game, who let their efforts compound year after year, are the ones who achieve results most people can't even fathom.
So let's end with this one final thought. Look, none of this is magic. It's all about awareness and then consistent action. So the real question for you is, out of everything we talked about, which one principle will you choose to make your new daily habit? Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just pick one small thing and start today. Because that single decision is where everything begins to change.